Doing helped in opening the covers of the bottles. She came up with life gists to enhance Adekule's movement and Cheesy. Yes, and Cheesy's energy. Then Bella carried cans for the robot's legs.
Quick question. How many of you held your breath when the Level Up housemates were presenting their weekly wager task today? Because guys, I sure was. I mean, I was scared silly. I was scared. I was just wondering, like, oh my God, are these people going to win at all? And the reason I was scared is not because they did not put in any sort of work into it. It's not because they were not serious about it. No, it was because Biggie was just coming up with different twists and turns this week. Yes, I mean, how many times did Phyna, the head of house, spend out of the main house this week? I think it was twice. Yeah, I mean, she spent a considerable amount of time off her area of jurisdiction, off, you know, her work, off the task. And so guys, I was kind of worried that Big Brother knows that this task that he has briefed this housemate is kind of dicey. It's kind of really, you know, very difficult in a way. I mean, the housemates were instructed to create what's it called now, environment friendly objects, right? And oh my God, guys, even me at some point, I could not even understand what could be done to make the task come alive, because at some point everything was left to Cheesy. So I was genuinely worried because even the housemates were kind of confused. Yes, they were confused. At some point, it seemed as though they were clueless as to what was required of them, of Big Brother. Yes, they were required to create environment-friendly objects, you know, make it look artistic, you know, create something beautiful from rubbish. So they were forced to kind of, you know, preserve their water bottles, their drinks bottles, all the carbonated drinks they were taking in the house. They had to preserve the bottles, all the grocery bags, the tissues in the house, you know, all these green elements around the house. They were forced to preserve all of these things just to, you know, utilize for the task. And they weren't really given that much material, to be honest. And so guys, I was really scared for the housemates. But before jumping into the verdict for today, yeah, because Big Brother are finally giving them his verdict, let me first of all officially welcome all of you back to my YouTube channel. You're especially welcome back. My name is Bbnaija. This is Frankly Speaking with Glory, and I am the girl with the tea. The tea of this video is all about the Level Up housemates weekly wager task. Did they win? Did they not win? How did Big Brother rate them? Just watch to the end of this video to find out all of that. And guys, quick news, tomorrow is our FSWG Saturday YouTube live stream. Trust me, there's a lot to unpack as usual, and I know you don't want to miss out. So please make sure you make it a date with us, 3 p.m. WAT. Do not miss out. If you're new on this channel, if this is your first time coming across my video, my channel, my content, and you love it, please do not leave without doing exactly what you see on your screen. You totally need to subscribe, all right? Especially if you're looking for that space where you can get the most detailed, factual, and accurate analysis of reality TV shows, movies, and trending social topics. Now, all of that said, let's quickly proceed into the video. As I mentioned earlier, guys, this week was really dicey. Yes, the situation was very precarious because the head of house was not stable in the house. Not by our own doing, yes, but by Biggie's own doing. Remember, Biggie had introduced a lot of twists, yes, this week, especially looking at the fact that the evicted housemates did not go home. So Phyna, Groovy, and Brian had been required to spend the night in the level 3 house, yes, by virtue of one of Biggie's famous twist, and that had kind of cost them some valuable time. And guys, to be very honest, I feel personally that because some of these housemates had been required to spend valuable time, you know, carrying out Biggie's twist indirectly, all in the name of, you know, going ahead to enjoy and experience the Showmax movie date. I feel like that was the reason why Big Brother had actually given the housemates a pass today and had allowed them to win their wager, yes, because it wouldn't have been fair if after all they had gone through this week, Biggie had, you know, made them feel their wager or announced that they had lost their wager. But if we're being frank about it, these housemates, some of them actually did bring their best foot forward. One person that is worthy of mentioning is Cheesy. Cheesy really carried the weight of this particular wager task on his shoulders. You know, especially looking at the fact that this is not something that they've all done before. Cheesy, Adekunle, Hermes, who else? Chichi. Guys, Chichi really pulled her weight. Aside the fact that on Wednesday, she had joined the other housemates who had paid for their movie date, to go spend the night, according to Biggie's instructions in level 3. Chichi also pulled her weight, yes. And guys, also for the first time, I was kind of impressed that, what's his name now? Shags. I kind of contributed in coupling up the robots, guys. I was really surprised and impressed. Now, the part that really cracked me up was the presentation today, guys. The presentation was kind of hilarious.
Ella carried cans for the robot's legs. She was the practical, we used her as a testing human to test our chair.
I mean, according to Biggie's instructions, the housemates were to, present what they had created, during the week. And of all the things that they had created a robot. They had created a house. They had created an eco-friendly chair made out of plastics, yes, plastic containers, and plastic refuse bags, guys. That was really creative of the housemates. They had also created the Hermes turtle. Guys, that turtle, it looked kind of funny, but it was also very cute and artistic. Yes. I also loved the thing Addison, Chichi, and Phyna worked on, cutting into pieces, or rather piecing together the Aquafina logos and the Pepsi logo. In fact, all the brands sponsoring the show that had one product or the other in the house, they had pieced together all of their logos, and formed an artwork, for the house that they had actually created, the eco-friendly house that they had created. So guys, everything was kind of out of the box kind of thinking. Adekunle had actually created a water filter. I did not see the possibility of that being functional, but from the way they had explained it, it looked really good. Yes, and even though all the arts, in quotes, that the housemates created was not really looking aesthetically pleasing, guys, the fact that they were all, kind of created out of the box, via out of the box thinking, the fact that some of them were also very functional, it was very impressive. One that really caught my interest was the chair, the plastic rubber chair. Guys, the housemates were so smart to have used the lightest person in the house, in the person of Bella, to test the chair's capacity, to carry human weight. And I was screaming all the while that no, people should use Chichi with a big bum, use Chichi or Rachel, but that was just a joke. Yeah, they were really smart to have gone ahead to use Bella to test the functionality of the chair, and it stood the test of Bella's weight. And I was really impressed. Now, moving on to Biggie instructing Phyna to pinpoint and explain each housemate's role, in contributing to the task, guys. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Although, in a way, I felt like, okay, it was kind of, offensive to some of the ladies, especially Doing
helped in opening the covers of the bottles and also bringing live gists to the whole thing. Yes, she came up with live gists to enhance Adekunle's movement and Cheesy. Yes.
And Phyna, when Phyna had mentioned that they were actually giving moral support. But guys, to be very honest, that was the truth. Because these selected housemates were not really pulling their weight in the task. If we're being frank about it, they were not really pulling their weight. They were busy just floating around the house. They were just busy being in the house, existing in the house. They did not really contribute to the task. Even yesterday, when Shags was trying to, bring up ideas on how to make the robot look better, Phyna had come, I was trying to, play with him as usual. And I was kind of impressed with the way he had actually kindly or softly, talked to her to, allow him to concentrate, because they really need to win their wages so that they do not go hungry for the next week. Yes, so in a way, I feel Phyna had kind of tampered, the brutality of what she would have said, to Big Brother. Because the truth is, at the end of the day, Biggie sees it all and hears it all. So Biggie knew that Phyna was not really lying with the way she had actually described, the contributions and the efforts of every single housemate, for the wager task. But she was actually saying the truth, but it was also very hilarious. Yes, the likes of Allison, before Allison got down to actually adding her own quota into creating something, she was also busy giving moral support. So that was what Phyna had called it. Yes, doing was giving moral support to Cheesy, bringing plenty gist, to sweeten everything. What's her name? Bella was doing the same thing. Allison was doing the same thing. Yes, I mean, it seemed as though those housemates who were in actual situationships in the house, they were busy giving their male partners moral support instead of actually giving their own personal support to the task. And so I liked the way she did it in a jovial manner. It did not come off as her being malicious. It did not come off as her being petty, but it was so hilarious and savage that, guys, I was very, very sure 100% that the reason the show had gone on an ad break is specifically because Phyna's presentation was so hilarious. Big Brother must have been cracking up really bad. He just had to go on an ad break to catch his breath. Yes, guys, it was very, very funny. I mean, doing special expression, doing looked angry. And then Bella was already laughing because she was like, oh my God, this girl again, this Phyna again. But she couldn't really contest it because she knew that Phyna was actually saying the truth. And then Chomzy had been asked, to in a way defend what they had created. And I'm going to be honest about it. What Chomzy has said is actually true 100%. She had said that everything looks good, the presentation was great, yes, but it is something she would rather pay money to go and view out there than to buy and keep in her house because she does not feel it's actually functional enough. Yes. Now, what she said in a way has an element of truth, but I was kind of disappointed because I felt like, girl, you especially have been fighting over food for the past how many weeks now? So one would expect that at least you try and sugarcoat your own, observation or your own defense of your fellow housemates' piece of art. Yes, all of the artworks, at least appreciate it, at least give it a lot of accolades so that people that will be encouraged enough to even allow people to win your wager. Yes, I mean, that was just the wrong time for her to bring on that level of brutal honesty. Yes, but if you ask me, she was actually being honest about it. Yes, but that was just not the place and time for such brutal honesty. Yes, and then I love what Allison did. People that had asked Allison next, to defend their work, and Allison had been very, very straightforward about it. She had given her 100% to it that, oh yes, this work is amazing, it is great, it is this, it is that. I say, yes, go girl, that's how it should be. But anyways, to cut the long story short, the housemates had been given a lot of accolades by Big Brother. And Big Brother had appreciated their work and had commended them, for thinking outside the box and for, most importantly, making their creations very, very functional. Yes, and he had even made one or two jokes about, the house being sizable enough to contain the likes of Chichi and Bella, of course, because they are the two tiniest people in the house here. So it was all good vibes and all. And finally, Big Brother had mentioned that for those people who put in extra work and extra time, they deserve more pocket naira. So I am expecting that the likes of Rachel, the likes of Chichi, the likes of Cheesy, the likes of who else? Yeah. Groovy, that they receive, Adekule and Hermes, what am I saying? Yeah, I'm expecting that they earn more pocket naira as a result of their hard work over this task. And finally, the housemates won their wager. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm super excited for them, and also specifically for Phyna, because, this is the first time a previous level 2 housemate is emerging the head of house. So it would have been an eyesore and a huge disgrace and a topic of conversation amongst level 1 housemates if she had lost her wager. So for the fact that they won, guys, I'm super excited. I don't know about you, so please just go ahead and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you guys on another video soon. Have an amazing day.